It's a great finish, and she has set her stall out early. Great finish. In true Ostapenko fashion, expect plenty of winners. Two-time finalist. Simple finish at the end.
She was 5 games to 1 up in the second set. 1 foot already through the door. The crowd buzzing, the momentum entirely hers. And then, in the span of maybe 20 minutes, everything unraveled. If you've been anywhere near tennis Twitter or TikTok in the last 48 hours, you already know what happened in Linz. Eala, the 20-year-old Filipino sensation who has been turning heads all season, had Jelena Ostapenko, a former French Open champion, a woman who has beaten the best in the world, completely on the ropes. And then she didn't close it, and now the internet has completely lost its mind. There are rumors spreading like wildfire across every tennis forum and fan page you can find. People are claiming the WTA is investigating the match, that the result might be overturned, that the whole thing could be replayed. And look, I understand the emotion behind it. I really do. Alex has become one of the most exciting young players on tour, and watching that lead disappear was genuinely painful. But today we need to talk about what actually happened, why a replay is never going to come, and more importantly, why the conversation the internet is having right now could actually hurt Alex far more than that loss ever could. So let's go back to the beginning, because this story deserves to be told properly. Eala came into this match with something to prove. She's been building steadily, winning points, winning fans, carrying the weight of an entire nation's hope every time she steps on a court. Against Ostapenko, she wasn't just competitive. She was dominant. Her heavy topspin off the left hand was working beautifully, pushing Jelena back behind the baseline, forcing errors, dictating the pace of every rally. When she went up 5 games to 1 in that second set, it felt inevitable. It felt like the moment Alex had been building toward. The crowd could feel it. You could see it in her body language. She was close. And then Ostapenko did something. Not something illegal. Not something that broke any rule in the book, but something deeply, strategically human. She got into an argument with a spectator in the crowd. Now, here's where the story gets complicated, because what you saw on the surface was chaos. Jelena, animated, pointing, visibly emotional, getting into it with someone sitting courtside. The chair umpire stepped in. Play was delayed. The whole rhythm of the match just stopped. And in that moment, Alex was left standing at the baseline with nothing to do but wait and think. And thinking, when you're 1 foot from victory, is sometimes the most dangerous thing a tennis player can do. Let's be honest about what Ostapenko was doing. She's been on the tour for over a decade. She's played in Grand Slam finals. She's faced match points, 5-1 deficits, hostile crowds, everything the sport can throw at her. She didn't panic in that moment. She didn't crumble. She found a way to stop the clock, reset her own head, and drag Alex into the chaos with her. Was it gamesmanship? Yes, probably. Was it illegal? Absolutely not. Players are fully within their rights to report crowd disturbances to the umpire. The umpire allowed the delay, managed the situation, and eventually resumed play. The rules were followed. The match continued, but something had shifted. You could see it the moment play resumed. Alex's second serve, which had been so solid throughout the match, started to wobble. A double fault here, a tentative ball there. The aggressive baseline game that had Jelena scrambling suddenly looked hesitant, and Ostapenko, sensing blood, turned into exactly the kind of player her reputation promises. Flat, heavy, aggressive, going for broke on every ball. She took that second set, and then she took the match, winning 6-4 in the third. Now, the internet wants a replay, and I need you to really hear this because it matters. That is never going to happen. Not because the WTA doesn't care about fairness, not because the officials weren't watching, but because in the entire history of professional tennis, a completed match has never been overturned and replayed because a player was distracted by the crowd or because an opponent had a heated exchange with a spectator. Not once. Think about what a precedent that would set. Anytime a player felt the environment shifted the momentum, they could demand a replay. That's not a sport anymore. That's chaos. The chair umpire was present. The rules were applied. Play resumed. When Ostapenko shook Alex's hand at the net, that match was over. The result was final. The points, the prize money, the ranking, all of it locked in. Jelena Ostapenko is in the quarterfinals. Eala is not. That is the reality, and no amount of fan petitions or viral tweets is going to change it. But here's what I really want to dig into, because the legal argument is almost the less important part of this conversation. What worries me far more is the narrative that some corners of the internet are trying to build around Alex right now. The narrative that she was robbed, that it wasn't her fault, that if the circumstances had been fair, she would have won. And I want to push back on that hard. Not because I don't believe in Alex, I absolutely do, but because that kind of story, if she starts to believe it, could genuinely stall her development as a champion. Here's the truth. Alex had 5 games to 1. She had the match. And when things got uncomfortable, when the pressure became real and the environment turned chaotic, her execution broke down. Her second serve percentage dropped to almost nothing. Her first strike tennis disappeared. She stopped being the aggressor. Those are facts. Painful facts, but facts. And the question that matters, the question that will define her career, is not whether the umpire managed the crowd well enough. The question is, why did her second serve disappear under pressure? And how does she fix it? That is the conversation her coaching team at the Rafa Nadal Academy needs to be having right now, not comforting her with the idea that external circumstances took the win away from her. The greatest players who have ever touched a racket have had moments where the environment went completely sideways and they found a way to finish. Serena in hostile crowds, Federer in 5-set epics where momentum swung 10 times. Nadal on courts where the conditions were practically designed against him. They didn't look for reasons. They found a way. And that is exactly the standard Eala is going to be held to as she continues to rise, because her talent is genuinely that level. The people who believe in her most, the ones who aren't just fans, but who actually want to see her win Grand Slams, those people need her to sit with the discomfort of this loss, to really feel it, to let it teach her something brutal and necessary about herself. There's a version of Alex that comes through this match and becomes dangerous. The version that goes back to the practice court and spends months building a second serve so heavy and reliable that no crowd, no delay, no moment of manufactured chaos can ever shake it again. That version becomes a champion. There's another version, the one being created by the replay rumors and the victim narrative online, that learns to explain away adversity instead of conquering it. And that version never reaches her ceiling. The thing about elite sport that casual observers often miss is that the mental side isn't just a factor. It's often the deciding factor. Ostapenko wasn't the better ball striker in that match for most of it. Alex was. But Jelena has something forged from years of losses, comebacks, and heartbreaks. She knows how to survive in the fire. She knows how to make the match ugly when ugly is what she needs. Alex, at 20, is still learning that. And the brutally beautiful thing about where she is in her career is that she's learning it at the highest level against exactly the kinds of opponents who will force her to grow. This loss in Linz isn't a detour from her story. It's part of the story, the part that happens before the breakthrough, before the big title, before the moment where she's the one closing out a champion with a lead. Every great player has a match like this in their history. The match they should have won, the lead they should have held, the moment that humbled them, and then rebuilt them stronger. Think about how many times we've seen a young talent lose a match like this and come back the following season with something different in their eyes. A coldness, a composure, an ability to close out matches that wasn't there before. That transformation doesn't happen when the internet tells you it wasn't your fault. It happens when you accept the full weight of what occurred and decide to do something about it. Eala is 20 years old, ranked in the top 75 in the world, and competing toe-to-toe with Grand Slam champions. She nearly beat one today. Nearly is the word that should be driving her crazy right now. And if she lets it, it will make her unstoppable. The fans who love her, and there are millions of them, owe her the truth. They owe her accountability, not comfort, because comfort keeps you where you are, and where she is right now isn't where she's going. She's going somewhere much bigger. The Linz loss stays on the record. The replay never comes. But none of that matters compared to what Alex chooses to do with this moment. That's the only question worth asking. And honestly, based on everything she's shown us, I think she's going to answer it the right way.